Speedfeeder. Man, oh man. This came across my desk today. It is January 18th. It's just about midnight. Almost January 19th here. And this thing released on the 17th. And I got wind of it earlier on this afternoon. And I have been working diligently for the last 6 hours to put this video together. And I will probably have another 2 hours in editing and final production touches and then ranking at YouTube in order to get this to you. But it's really important to me. It's one of my passions as a trainer and team leader as to have you guys as newbies especially understand what is happening to you in some of these programs and why I have way more than 5 reasons really why Speedfeeder is garbage. I've made that word garbage very big so it shows in the thumbnail because people need to understand that I'm not kidding around. There are not good programs. There are great programs. This one is not even close to anything. It's garbage. First of all, let's look at some general reasons why I do not like cyclers, and I call them relationship killers. Cyclers in general burn relationships and bridges due to their design and the need for consistent coercing by your inviter, this leader, if you will, or this massive marketing recruiter guru, whoever he or she is. They've always got to entice you to get back into the next upcoming cycle. Now, if it's automatic, it doesn't matter. You still have to be enticed. There's a lot of footwork that goes behind cyclers. Cyclers exist every other few months. They don't exist for anyone full-time because they're bogus programs by design. So they're really designed for headhunters that want to make a few grand if they're lucky. And they're not going to be on this one. And I'll even tell you headhunters why you're wasting your time with this. All right? A headhunter's lines. Get tired of being pushed. Many of the newbies spend their initial few bucks of profit right from the beginning off that first good cycle. Maybe it was $100, $200. They spend it and then they can't get back in the higher one of $300 or $400 anyway. Okay, this one's not built that way. It's actually built even worse. You know, other members begin to sense that even though they're attempting to send a clear message to you that they're incapable of moving forward with this, or they don't want to, they send you innuendos, you still push them and they sense that you're trying to make profit. And that can turn them off, okay? It's just not becoming and not very professional to be pushing these relationship killers, these cyclers, okay? It's just not where true networking leadership is derived. Reason number 2 for a general hatred of cyclers by myself at least, attrition. Attrition always occurs, and it happens very quickly from the bottom right back up to the leader in question. For every successful marketer that can and will build his or her own perfect team of 7 members, that is, of course, in this case, himself or herself and a team of 6 on this, what is a 2x2 matrix, I guess. It doesn't mean that the lower levels, i.e. the ones that you can't see on 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 down below, that they're going to have any success. And if they don't have success, your lower levels aren't going to have success. And then soon, your team itself is going to die off. And then finally, you die off. And that's why these things only come around every other couple of months, okay? At some point, somewhere in your off-radar levels, the recruiting experience runs lean within your newbies, if they even had any to begin with. And you start getting these newbies that just either squat, looking for spillover, which will definitely destroy your matrix, or they didn't have any intention to work with program to begin with, or they just can't. Okay, no matter what the case, attrition is going to happen somewhere, and it erodes the whole process, and it happens real fast with these fly-by-night deals. The leader will make some money while hitting and running through his lists, as he's burning through his list, and you're a part of that maybe because you follow him everywhere he goes, every 4 to 5 weeks. This guy or gal will come and on Facebook or whatever and tell you the next big thing, and you get all wide-eyed and happy face and you jump right in. Sometimes you're giving this guy $200-$300 and he's just loving it because that's his lifestyle. This is his marketing mechanism for growth, and it's not cool. It's not the way to be. It's not leadership. It's not training. It's not hand-holding. It's just his marketing methodology, and it makes him a great lifestyle, and it makes you broke every year. Got to get out of it, guys. Reason number 3. Now, let's look at Speedfeeder directly. Since the presentation deems the first phase move to be at $320, which, by the way, is a fictitious number, that means that 55% of your $700 total team value, i.e. that is $100 times 7 people, you and 6 teammates. $700 is going to this guy. He's going to end up giving a couple hundred back, I think, at the end of phase 2 from what I've seen in the video. But essentially, money is disappearing. $380 just disappears into thin air. Technically, all $700 does. All right, but guess where it goes? It goes right to the platform creator, the founder or the programmer. Someone somewhere is banking huge on this. All of your lines are going to get burnt up because they're going to fail. And you, as a headhunter, if you're listening to this video right now, which you're probably not, You're probably giving it a dislike as we speak because you don't want to hear this kind of stuff, because it goes against your very being and your financial salvation to hear a video like this. It burns everybody up. Reason number 3.1, we're still stuck on reason 3, not to touch this program, okay? The team, your team now, or maybe your leader's team, has succeeded at getting himself or herself into the second phase. Now the program is going to give him or her $100, and his upline person, whoever that might be, is going to get $100. Oh boy. So now out of $700, the platform still realizes a $500 benefit. And this is just your team example here. The leader gets in to go to phase 3 and just sit there and wait for all the lowest levels of members, people that he don't even know and that you don't even know. They're all down there trying their best to get people into this thing so you can feed this headhunter of yours to make him wealthier while everyone, including you, goes broke. The odds are now that this level will never get completed. I know this mathematically, just based on experience. You might not be able to see the big picture, but phase 3 will never really come to fruition. So ultimately what happens, to make this video quick and short and to the point, the platform gets $500 or more, and because it entices people to get 2 and 3 buy-ins with this damn thing. And meanwhile, the headhunter, the true headhunter, the person that does not care about your future but just uses you from one program to the next, he's already seen the erosion taking place. He already knew it was going to happen because these are fly-by-night programs. He's just hitting you and running. He's already looking for the next shiny object to put in front of your face for you to be bedazzled by and mesmerized by, so you can end up giving him more money soon. It's going to happen in about 3 or 4 weeks, mark my words. This is what headhunters do, okay? It's not cool. And finally, I've stopped doing the math on phase 2 to 3. I stopped watching the damn video, quite frankly. I got tired of it. But I am confident the founder gets off with either $500 or more based on the infrastructure of this program. I'm not going to spend too much time on this page, but it is a true Ponzi scheme. A lot of people don't take the time to realize that, but this is a Ponzi scheme in its best. It really is. Okay, it's paying old money with new. And reason number 4, the fees move from one phase to another. These fees are not real. Okay, it's just digital imprints, footprints, if you will. Okay, the guy says, hey, your team has put $700 in, but I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say that you don't get paid for phase 1, but we will put $320 into it for you so you can go to phase 2. There is no $320. It's not even transactional. All he's doing is going to give you a different designation. He's still sitting on $500+ from the original group, okay? It's crazy. The only person that's going to win by the time this guy goes to jail, because feds hate cyclers, and the word is, as of 6 p.m. today on January 18th, that there's already glitches within the inner workings of this and that it's already being investigated. That comes from some of my co-captains. So just FYI, I find that fascinating. This thing was not even 36 hours old when it's already starting to collapse. Yet there will be headhunters that will defy this video. They will dislike it. They're going to get peeved, and that's because their way of life is being assaulted by a video like this, and they don't want to be attacked like that. A headhunter will not have anything to do with this damn video, that's for sure. Okay, and it's all about greed and no transparency. This is why the Speedfeeder is fraudulent, for a lack of better words there on the top of the title. All greed, no transparency. The main Speedfeeder presentation that I saw, the voice is quite slick. He's not mentioning the fees. His job is to enchant you into entering the program. And the headhunter is using that video as a tool to entice you. And he's also beckoning you and doing all of his best sales techniques to get you into this thing because he wants that $100 a year. He needs you to help fill the gaps so he gets that annual lifestyle income that him and his family are looking for. Okay? And it's all coming from you, the bottom feeder. He needs to make you forget that you want to realize that the program is banking $500. Banking $500 bills all day long, and still I'm only talking about your team here. This evidently has a few hundred teams going already. So we're talking $500 hits for the founder all day long. And until he goes to jail and his attorney makes all the money that you spent, because that's where it's going to end up, the attorney makes the money. Until that happens, the founder's winning, and then he manipulates the hitman himself by getting him greedy, telling him to come in 2 or 3 times as well. From what I gather, you can come in with 3 different usernames. That right there should send a signal that this thing is a fraud, that you're allowed to come in as many as 3 times with different emails and usernames. The damn video itself is telling you that? Not good. Yeah, it's just not cool, guys. If you dislike being scammed, help me out. Let's get some likes on this video, and comments would be great. I need a lot of likes. Now, I'm good at ranking YouTube. I'll probably spend 90 minutes ranking this damn video. I'll put 8 or 9 hours into it all together on your behalf because it burns me up that this stuff exists, and you newbies need to understand the inner workings of these things, and you need to identify who the hitmen are that are selling you on one program to the next and you're not making any money. They don't give you time to make money because they're getting you with another program every 5 to 6 weeks like clockwork. And you need to identify who the real leaders are. And that's why I have created this video for you, okay? It's part of my passion. It's what makes me deemed as maybe what some would call me a good leader. And it's just what I do, okay? I'll have easily 9 or 10 hours in this thing before it's done. You know, I need your likes because I'm going to get a lot of dislikes. And I need you to accept a challenge from me too. And that is, you need to go to your leader and tell your leader to post this video on his timeline and in some of his social platforms. And he needs to do it quick. And he should want to do it. He should be very gracious in wanting to do it because he should be embarrassed that he and you got into this mess to begin with. If he does not, and if he starts to squirm around and not do this and give you reasons why, that's a headhunter. Because no headhunter in the world is going to advocate this video. They're going to dislike it and disenchant from it as much as they can. It's like a snake in a 10-foot pole. It's the last thing they want to do is advocate the forwarding of this video to their members. Because then their members will be like, hell, Chuck, you're a headhunter evidently. Thanks for the video. Warning. Yeah, he's not going to want anything to do with this. You need to accept my challenge and see if we can get your headhunter to prove that he was just a good leader making a mistake in this program. Okay, that's what we need to do. And you're going to be able to sense that by asking some questions to him and making him answer by posting this video on his timeline. If he doesn't do it, he's a headhunter. Lose him. What sucks about headhunters is as soon as he loses you, he's going to pick up some other followers and ride them for a year or two for a couple of $100 or a couple of grand. It's a cycle, and they make $200,000 a year doing this or more. It's vicious. It's not cool. It's not real network marketing. It's just the selling and pushing of products and services that in most cases are bogus. 2 things to look for in a real opportunity that advocates real compliance and longevity. The unquenchable desire of a founder in question to prove his program's compliance. They always want to prove it through demonstration. They're always talking about compliance. They're always talking about adding products. They have products for every phase of whatever program they got. That's the magic behind a good founder. And in my strong opinion, a true long-term program will always have some kind of monthly payment commitment from the members, an automated $10 or $20, or maybe on a bigger ticket marketing, which is genius, by the way, because it makes you money quicker, obviously. I mean, who wants to spend time working on a 10-cent program when there are $100 and $200 and $300 programs out there? So if you want to play big, you got to play big, you know? A monthly commitment somewhere along the line needs to be happening on an automated fashion. Something else that headhunters will never do is they'll never come on board with a legitimate program. Every legitimate program a headhunter sees, they don't want nothing to do with, because that means they got to train and they got to wait months maybe for the big hits that they're used to from these little small fly-by-nights. They have no interest in something legitimate, and that's what really burns me up about headhunters. So take my challenge, make the headhunter post this video on their timeline. If they do it, then they're sincere and you stay with them. Without either of these 2 mechanisms in place, a longer lasting program is not going to be happening for you guys, and you're going to continue to chase shiny objects and continue to follow these bedazzlers into Nowheresville. Those are 2 key things to look for. And in closing up here, just to keep this short, if you want to learn more on some of the most lucrative long-term ultra compliant programs under the sun, you could not ask for a better resource than Jeffrey here, okay? Because I research something to the bone. I don't do a thing until I research and generally become a part of said program for days, weeks, or even months sometimes before I'll even bring it out to the world. I just won't do it. And I have a couple of those types of options under my belt and be more than glad to bring them into a growth pattern for you. That's what we do. I've got some people lined up with me as well that are here to help. If you'd like to see something, reach out to me, jeff.battershaw@gmail.com. Reach me with, I don't know, I need a leader that actually networks or something of the like. I will reply with you and get something really neat for you to look at. Take some real good hard looks at some of these programs, because there's good ones out there and then there's fly-by-nights. And we're going to teach you, I'll be darned if it kills me, we're going to teach you how to separate the good from the bad. Meanwhile, save your money and your relationships with your uppers and your lowers. Find a real vehicle to grow with and say no to Speedfeeder, people. Talk to you soon. Make sure to subscribe, because I do videos like this all the time. So I'd love to have you. Talk to you soon.